Hello guys, welcome to Small Samuel Math Tutorial. So the today's lesson will be doing statistics for grade 11. So I just listed all of the questions that I believe the examiner is going to choose from them. Meaning is going to choose from 1 to 12, maybe not choose 5 or 4, we don't know. But these are the major questions which the examiner asked. So meaning if you know all of these questions already from statistics, guys, you have 98%, because maybe 2% will get some other question from somewhere, but then most of the time these are the questions that are asked in the um in statistics for grade level. So now we're going to I'm going to explain every question using this example, which are rooted, which is the data set is 1, 5, 7, 9, 9, 10, and the last one is 15, right? So let's start. Before we can start, guys, or before you can answer the question of statistics, whenever you're given a data set, the first important thing is to check whether your data set is arranged in ascending order, right? So meaning it's from the lower number to the highest number, right? So that is the first thing that you check. So when we check our data set now, it's 1, 5, 7, 9, 9, 10, and 15, meaning now we can answer our questions because we can see that our data set is arranged in ascending order, right? So the first question is what? The mood. This question will come like this: how determine the mood of the data set. So whenever the question says determine the mood of the data set, they want you to write down the number which occurs the most in the data set, right? So we have 1, we have 5, we have 7, we have 9, we have 9, we have 10, we have 15. We can see that 9 occurs the most, right? So meaning a 9 is going to be our answer, meaning the mode is going to be equals to 9, because 9 is the number which occurs the most, right? So number 2, we come to the mean. How do we calculate the mean? Calculating the mean, you're going to add all your data set, meaning you're going to add 1 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 9 plus 10 plus 15, then divide everything by what? By the total number of the data set. How many numbers do we have? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, meaning we have 7 numbers. Therefore, we're going to calculate our answer. Then we find that our answer is okay, guys. So our answer is 8. So whenever we calculate the mean, what do? We add all the numbers from the data set and we divide it by what? By the total number of the data set, right? So a mean can also be asked. They will say determine the average. So whenever they say determine the average of the data set, they want you to calculate what? The mean, right? So we're done with calculating the mean. Number 3. From number 3, the question will say determine the median or determine Q2. So whenever they talk about Q2, it refers to what? The median. So whenever, don't be confused whenever the examiner says determine Q2. So just know whenever I say determine Q2, they want you to calculate what? The median. How do we calculate the median? The median, like I said, the first thing is to arrange your data set in ascending order before you can choose what your median. But then there is a formula which we use to calculate the median, which is what? Which is known as Q2 also. The formula is 1 over 2 into n plus 1, right? So what does n represent? N represents the total number of the data set. And we know that the total number of data set is what? It's 7. So when we calculate our median, it's going to be 1 over 2 into 7 plus 1 over. Then we add everything using a calculator. We are going to get, the answer is what? The answer is 4, right? So we are not done. This formula that we used here to determine the median, this formula is to help you to know the position of where your median number is. Let me repeat it again. This formula here, which is 1 over 2 into n plus 1, it helps you to know where the median is, meaning it's like a GPS, right? So it helps you where your median is. So if it's 4, if you've calculated and then we found that our answer is 4, we are going to count all this set. When we arrive at 4, that is our answer, that is our median. So meaning, because now we have calculated the median, we found that it's 4, then we are going to start counting to where we are going to stop to 4. So meaning it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fourth number is what? It's 9. So meaning our median is what? It's 9. Do you get it, guys? So remember, this formula is useful whenever you are given a data set. Let's say the total number of it is like 40, see. So because you can't just say count it. The other method of using of finding the median, you can say, because you are given 1, 5, 7, 9, 9, 10, 15, most of the people, they say, okay, I'm going to count 1 year, and then count 1 year, count 2 year, count 2 year, count 3 year, count 3 year, and then the remaining number is what? It's 9. Then they write it as the answer. But then this one, it's only going to help you whenever you're given the small number of the data set. So if you are given 30, guys, just imagine counting all those numbers, saying 1, 1, 1 from left, 1 from right, 2 from left, 2 from right. It's going to take you a lot of time. So this is the formula that you're going to use to find the position of where your median is, right? So it's 1 over 2 into n plus 1. This formula is to tell you where your median number is. So and then after calculating it, if you find that your answer is 4, then you're going to count until what? To 4, and then that is your answer. So number 4, the upper quartile range. The upper quartile range. Also the upper quartile range, guys, it has a formula which is, okay, guys, we have a mistake. The fourth one is supposed to be the lower quartile range. Let's fix it. Okay, guys, now we are determining the lower quartile range. Like I said, we are going to use the formula which they use, they call it the navigator. For lower quartile range is 3, okay, it's 1 all over 4 into n plus 1, right? Already we know that this n represents what? The total number of the data set. Therefore, it's going to be 1 all over 4 into what is the total number of the data set? 7 plus 1 all over. Then we found that our answer is, the answer is 2. Right? After finding these 2, we know that we are not done. These 2 mean that the lower quartile is in the second position. So therefore we are going to count, and then when we arrive to 2, then we stop. That will be our answer. Where do we count? From the data set. So it's going to be 1, 2, then meaning this is 2, and then here is 2, meaning we stop here. And then what is that number? It's 5. So meaning our lower quartile range is going to be what? 5. Right. So this is how you find your lower quartile range. Now we come to number 5, which is what? The upper quartile range. The upper quartile range. Guys, remember my handwriting, guys. The most important part is the content. Don't worry about the handwriting. Okay, guys, also for the upper quartile, we have a formula which we call it what? The navigator, right? The formula of the upper quartile, which is Q3, is 3 all over 4 into n plus 1, right? Therefore, it's going to be 3 all over 4 into 7 plus 1. We know what n is, the total number of the data set, and the answer is going to be, therefore the answer is going to be 6, right? So remember, we are not done. This formula is what? Is the navigator. It's where this formula to help us to know where the upper quartile is. So meaning it is meaning this 6 is the position of our upper quartile, which is Q3. Therefore we're counting up until to 6. Therefore it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we can see that from 6 we have what? 10. So meaning our upper quartile range is what? It's 10. Right? So therefore we are done with the upper quartile range. Now we come to the interquartile range. The interquartile range, which is mostly it's written like this. The formula of it is Q3 minus Q1. So meaning you cannot calculate the interquartile range if you don't know how to calculate lower quartile and the upper quartile. So meaning you need to know how to calculate lower quartile range, lower quartile and upper quartile before you can be able to calculate what? The interquartile range. Because you use what? You use those values of Q3 and Q1. Okay. What is our Q3? We can see that our Q3 is 10 minus, what is Q1? Our Q1 is 5. Therefore, the lower quartile range is equals to 5. Right? So, we are done with the lower quartile range. The standard deviation. Okay. The standard deviation for grade 11 we use a calculator, and also for grade 12 we use a calculator to find what? The standard deviation, right? So if you don't know how to use a calculator to find the standard deviation, for now, because I don't have enough resources, you can search any video whereby they explain how to use a calculator to find the standard deviation. But the standard deviation, the answer is going to be, okay guys, after using the calculator, you'll find that your standard deviation is 4.036, right? So, like I said, to calculate the standard deviation, I'm going to use a calculator. You can search any video about how to use a calculator to calculate the standard deviation. So, for number 8, it says, how many numbers are within one standard deviation of the mean? They're talking about what? The standard deviation and what? And the mean. So, the formula that you're going to use whenever you find a question like this, it's going to be mean minus the standard deviation okay, the standard, because of space, I'm just going to write t, but it's mean minus the standard deviation is equals to, and then the second one, it's mean plus the standard deviation. These are the two formulas that we're going to use for what? For solving this question or to answer this question. So like it says, how many numbers are within one standard deviation of the mean? So we're going to say mean minus the standard deviation and also mean plus the standard deviation, right? Therefore, after, what we are going to do is, what is the mean? We calculated the mean and then we found that the mean or the average is what? It's 8. Remember, even this question, it can say how many numbers are within one standard deviation of the average. We know whenever they talk about the average, they talk about the mean. So it's going to be mean minus what is the standard deviation. We know that the standard deviation is 4.036. Therefore, the answer is going to be okay guys, therefore the answer is 3.964. And then for this one, it's going to be 8 minus the standard deviation, which is 4, your plus 4.036 is equals to 12.036. So these questions, guys, it says like how many numbers are within one standard deviation of the mean. Remember, with the mean, which is 9 here, which is 9 here, right? And this question says, what will have, how many numbers are there if we add one standard of the deviation? We can see that one is going to give us 3.9464, which is going to be a 3.964. Then you can write something like this. And then this one, obviously, is going to be which is 12.036, right? So we have 3.964, we have 9, which is the mean, we have 12.036, which is the mean plus the standard deviation, and 3.964 is the mean minus the standard deviation. So the question, it wants the numbers which are between 3.964 and what? And 12.036, right? So we're going to check those values which are between 3.964 and what? 12.036. So it's 1 there. No, 1 is not there. 5 is there. Yes, it's there. Therefore we add it's 1. 7 is there. Yes, 2. 9. Yes, 3. 9 years for 10 years. Therefore, 15, no, it's out of what? Out of the mean plus the standard deviation, which is 12.0.36, right? So, meaning the values that we're going to take is going to be 5, 7, 9, 9, 10, because they're between what? 3.964, which we calculated, and what? And 12.036. So it's going to be, how many are there? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So meaning the answer of here, it's going to be 5, right? So let me erase this thing so that we can write the answer. Yeah, so this is how we do this. Yeah, so this is how you do it, right, guys? So um, after, obviously, I said you're going to check the numbers between 3.964 and what? 12.036. And then after, check how many numbers are there within 3.964 and 12.036. We found that there are what? Only 5 numbers. So this is the answer. How many numbers are within one standard deviation of the mean? Then the answer is going to be 5. Right. So let's go to 9. Question 9. Sorry. Determine if there are any outliers. Right. So from the outliers, we have two different types of outliers, which is the lower outlier, and the formula of the lower outlier is Q1 minus 1.5 multiplied by the interquartile range. Therefore, the other outlier is the upper outlier, which is Q3 plus 1.5 multiplied by interquartile range. So meaning the only difference between the lower outlier and the upper quartile is Q1 and this negative here, which are here because of on the upper outlier it's what? Q3 plus, right? So meaning now we are going to calculate what the lower outlier. We know what is Q1, right? The Q1 is the lower quartile range, which is 5. You have space, guys. You have to subscribe, guys, so that at least someone can have money to buy or to upgrade this thing I'm using, because you can see that we're struggling with the space. So let's continue. It's 5 minus 1.5 multiplied by, what is the interquartile range? The interquartile range, we calculated it and we found that the interquartile range is what? It's 5. Therefore, the answer is minus 2.5. I'll explain it after, then what's gonna happen after writing this way. Now let's calculate the upper quartile. It's Q3, and the Q3 is what? It's 10. It's going to be 10 plus 1.5 multiplied by what? By 5. Therefore, the answer is 17.5. Right? So after calculating this, the lower outlier and the upper outlier, remember the question says determine if there are any outliers, right? So meaning the first thing you're going to calculate the lower outlier and then calculate the upper outlier. Then after you go to the lower outlier, you check the numbers which are less than negative 2.5, right? You're going to check those numbers. So we can see that from the data set we don't have negative. So therefore we leave it and then we go to what? To the upper outline. To the upper outline, because it's 17.5, we are going to check the values which they are above 17.5 or which they are greater than 17.5. Do we have those values? No, we don't have those values. Therefore, the answer is going to be no. There is no, there are no outliers. There are no, English guys, no, there are no outliers. Therefore, that is your answer. Meaning, calculating your lower quartile, your lower outlier mean, and also your upper outlier. Those formulas are going to help you a lot so that you can know, do you have a lower outlier or the upper outlier. If we had any outlier, then you're going to check, okay, is it a lower outlier? And then you say yes, it's a lower outlier. And then if it's upper outlier, then you're going to say yes, it's an upper outlier. But then we saw that we don't have any outliers there because negative 2.5, remember from the lower outlier we need values which are below negative 2.5, and we don't have those values. From our data set we don't have the negative values. Therefore for the lower outlier, no, we don't have the lower outlier. Then we check the upper outlier. It's 17.5. And I said from the upper outlier we check the values which are greater than 17.5. So we don't have those values which are greater than 17.5. So therefore there are no outliers. Now because of space guys, I'm going to just erase some other few things here so that we can do, or okay guys, let's do this. I'm going to save this video, then after I'll do a video for listing the 5-number summary, drawing a box and whisker diagram, and describing the skewness of the data. So meaning we're only left with 3 questions from statistics for grade 11, which these questions are from what is this question 1, right? So meaning if question 1 contains 12 marks, you're going to take that 12 marks yoink. Then after the second video, like I said, we'll do for the second video we're going to list the 5-number summary and draw a box and whisker diagram, and also describe the skewness of the data. After doing those, now we are going to talk about what? A table. Remember from the statistic we also have the table. Also from the table I'm going to give you the list of the questions that are asked in the exam, right? Then that's it. So if you have any question you can leave a comment, and we thank you.